Good morning, everyone, friends. Thanks for joining and welcome to Vinay Tech. And I'm going to walk through a quick round of demo on Microsoft Power Apps. Okay, right. Sir, Power Apps. What is this basically? It's a low code and no code tool. What do you mean by this? And where do we use it? How does it differs from Java, Python, .NET, all these applications are application developers, right? Yes, I'm going to answer all these questions. Let's make it more interactive. If you have any questions intermittently, don't hesitate to stop me at any point of time. Okay, right then. Chalo. Sir, Power Apps is from Microsoft Corporation, right? Power Apps is a low code, no code tool where you can implement applications like web applications or tablet applications or mobile applications without writing a single line of code by simply drag and drop it. I can't say 100% low code, no code, but 90% low code, no. But remaining 10%, we need to write a quick round of a simple, code basically. When I say code, it's very simple. Anyone can learn it very easily. So up to 90%, you can manage the things without writing a single line of code. Okay, friends? Yes. So this is the material for you guys, right? So this is I'm going to walk through. So Microsoft Power Apps. So introduction to Microsoft Power Apps basically. Power Apps basically it's been introduced in the year of 2015. But what is this? Power Apps platform. Actually, we have Power Platform environment, right? So before we have a deep dive into Power Platform, I just want to differentiate why we have this particular tool where we can design the applications like web applications or mobile device applications. We have other tools, right? Java developer, and then .NET developer, Python developer like Angular, right? Node.js, React.js, where these people will comes into the picture. Basically, Power Apps is mainly targeting for citizen developers, citizen application developers, where you can create your own applications with very minimal supervision, with very minimal supervision. What do you mean by that? I'll elaborate every statement that I use. Okay, right. So basically, this is targeting for a Power Apps tool is majorly designed to target citizen developers. What do you mean by developer and citizen developer? For example, I am into complete technology part for the past 19 years. Right, I started my career in the year of 2004, July. Now, right. So during this tenure, I started my career as a embedded VC++ developer, and then Microsoft Business Intelligence, and then Power Apps. Now it is Power like a Power BI and UiPath as well. UiPath is UiPath is an RPA tool, robotic process automation tool, right? I lead that. Okay, fine. Now, sir, I'm a technical guy. I can design any ETL or else any application by using my technical capabilities. But now, Anuradha is a business analyst who is majorly focusing on functional areas, who is directly interacting with the client, who is having end-to-end business information, business knowledge, who can prepare a technical like a business information into business requirement document that will be bible for the technical lead who can prepare the LLD documentation, low level design documentation. Friends, I am using purely technical terms which we use it on daily basis in our day to day activities. I'm not using any layman language. Okay, guys, please follow me, right? Spend 1 hour time on daily basis. I'll try to inject whatever I know, whatever I have been learning for the past 19 years. Right? Right. So now, citizen developer is a developer who has both functional and technical, minimal technical knowledge. I'm not I'm not saying Aniruddha is a minimal technical guy. He is a strongly technical guy. He is an expert in business intelligence streams. Right? Yes. He was my student like around 4 or 5 years back. Yeah. Right. So now guys, so Power Apps is a low code, no code. No code is required. People call it as low code, no code tool. But who is the targeted persons who can use this? .NET developer? No, not required. Java? Not required. This is majorly targeting for, designed to target for, citizen developers. Who are all fall under the citizen developers? Right? Business users, marketing people, business analysts, who has who is having very strict strong technical capabilities, minimal technical, strong functional and minimal technical capabilities. We call them as citizen developers. So they will be in a position to generate, design their own applications. When I say application, web and mobile applications with minimal supervision. Do we have any questions, guys? Do we have any questions, someone? Do we have any questions, guys? Do we have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, let's make it more interactive, Amma. Right. Basically, basically, Power Apps is an application, right? It's been designed and it's part of your Power Platform. Power Platform. What is that? It's a suit, basically. It's a suit. Oh, what do you mean by suit? It's a combination of multiple tools. Oh, what tools does it fall under? First one, Power Apps. Right. Next one, Power BI. Next one, Data Verse. Next one, right? And then Power Automate. And then Power Virtual Agent. We also call it as Copilot. Okay. So it's too early to discuss about it. It's a Copilot is a AI tool from Microsoft. It is a good competitor. It will be a good competitor for ChatGPT. All right. Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. So this is a Power Apps is a part of a platform called Power Platform. We call it as a suite. We call it as a suite. Actually, Microsoft has designed this particular environment to make a good competitor for UiPath automation suite. Automation suite. Actually, this is out of scope for you guys, but for knowledge purpose, I'm just giving you the information, right? Yes. Sir, UiPath automation suite is also having Power Apps, Apps one, Apps equivalent to this one. For data visual, Power Apps is a first let me elaborate this so that I can concentrate on it very easily, right? So Power Apps is a low code, no code tool. It's a cloud based application where you can design and deploy your applications on cloud. Internally, it uses Azure cloud environment. So Power Apps is a no code, no low code and no code and cloud-based application where you can create, deploy, and publish your application to Azure cloud environment. Are you clear on this point, Amma? Are you clear on this point, Amma? Are you clear on this point, Amma? I
Yes,
have
sir.
a very bad habit, Andy. Until someone confirms it, I can't move
Yes,
ahead.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Seriously, right. Now, next one is, as we all know, Power BI is a data visualization tool where we can create interactive dashboards. That is also from Microsoft. Guys, I can see very less email IDs over here. Please feel free to provide your email IDs and contact number so that I can share the recording session. Right. Sir, in order to, what do you mean by visualization? Presenting the business data in a more understandable format. So you need to deal with the data over here. Where is the data? Here, the data stores in Dataverse. Yeah. The data stores in Dataverse. I'm just making you mute. If you want, you can unmute yourself at any point of time. Right. Dataverse is a database where the data stores in, which is being used by your apps basically. So whatever the data that we use in apps, Power Apps, right? Power Apps, that particular data will be stored in our Dataverse. It's a database. Okay. Are we good with these three, Amma? Are we good with these three? Right. Are we good with these three?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. 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 Power Automate is a RPA tool. It's an RPA tool. Yeah, RPA tool. What do you mean by RPA? Robotic Process Automation. Basically, this is used to automate automate business processes which has been executing, right, business repetitive processes, repetitive process which has been executing manually for a long while. Simply, RPA, Power Automate is an RPA tool to automate the business process applications, repetitive business process applications, which you have been running for the past years. For example, if you see olden days, all your bank transactions has been maintained in the books basically. We call them as ledgers. Now, everything is centralized. They can simply enter the data into the database. The data stores in our data warehousing system, and that will be maintained in the data centers. So here, this ledger process, credit card application, marketing, home loans and insurance, because I have been into majorly banking areas. I have been working for banking sectors for the past 9 years, 9 to 10 years closely. I'm about to finish 10 years, right? Yes. So hope you are clear on this one. So the good competitors for this one is Power Automate is UiPath Automation Suite, and then Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, OpenSpan, WorkFusion. These are the tough competitors for Power Automate. All right. Yes. Next one is Power Virtual Agent. Basically, it is a bot where you can create chatbots basically, right? to create to create bots, robots, what we call it as. Friends, are we good? By combinedly, all these things will be combinedly, we can say a power platform that is from Microsoft Corporation. Do you have any questions on this? Do you have any questions on this?
No, sir. No, sir. We are not.
Okay. So now we have the same tool actually. This is being copied from UiPath suite, basically automation suite. So for Power Apps, equivalent tool from UiPath is apps, and equivalent for BI is like where we can visualize the data, insights. Insights. Dataverse, it's a SQL server. UiPath uses SQL server, right? Power Automate is nothing but UiPath Studio where we can design the bots. These two are combined into this one, UiPath Studio and Orchestrator. Just to replica. Are we good, sir? This is one of the finest reporting tool. But Power Automate is also one of the good ones, but they have to add enhancements. In our organization, we use this tool very much predominantly. I am the CEO head, Center of Excellence head for this particular tool. globally. Okay, guys, are we good with this one? Are we good with
Sir,
this one?
yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now you are clear where exactly these power apps will come into the picture. So as part of our training, we are predominantly going to concentrate on this one and introduction to this one as well because I have expert knowledge on this particular area. I'm a certified UiPath automation solution architect. Okay, fine then. So I'm going to cover first one, and this is a separate tool. Vinay is not going to accept it if I deal with this one because he is the predominant person who is going to take care of this. So I'm going to take care of the first one, Dataverse and introduction to Power Automate. Even though it's out of scope, I will be concentrating on this one. So that could be the total agenda which we are going to focus on as part of our day-to-day activities. Yes. Okay. Sir, next one. Sir, where these three tools or else four, five tools will comes into the picture in a single scenario. In a single scenario, can you please explain where exactly these all tools will comes into the picture in one scenario? I'll explain it. I'll explain it. See, these are all flavors of Microsoft platform, which includes Dataverse, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent. This is basically a database. It stores the data used by the business applications. All right. Dataverse is like an RDBMS. It's like an RDBMS. So now I have clearly in detail explanation I have given over here. Right. You can go through that. Right. Yes. Okay. Now see guys, I'm going to elaborate this one. I'm going to elaborate this one for better visibility. Okay. We have friend called yes. Aniruddha has joined with Wells Fargo into my team. Aniruddha has joined as a new member into my team. He's a new joinee. So he shifted from his current company to my company, and I joined him as a new team member. I introduced my team, right? So now, initially, when he joined with the organization, he has to raise the request to get the access to Power Apps application. What do you mean by Power application? How does it looks like? I'm going to walk through that. But before that, I just want to make you understand how these Power Platform tools are interconnected each other. Yes. Now, guys, so now this is our Aniruddha. Aniruddha has requested for system, Power BI or else Power Apps installation on his machine or else something on his machine. Okay. So where does he request it? He needs an application, right? To request, hey, saying that I need so and so tool must be installed on my local machine. He got the laptop, but it doesn't have anything. For example, he want to have Power BI desktop on his local machine, right? To develop the interactive dashboards, right? So initially, he designed an application on Power Apps. Oh, this is the place where exactly Power Apps will comes into the picture. He designed an application and then he requested now where the data stores in requested data stores in a SharePoint or else in Excel or else in any dataverse anywhere. So whatever the data that you have sent from Power Apps form to your SharePoint. So your SharePoint is a kind of dataverse. It's not a fully dataverse. It's a storage. SharePoint is an application where you can store the files that can be shared to the entire team. For example, Anuruddha and myself are the team members. I prepared documentation for the total end-to-end no, requirement documentation. How do I share to my team members? I'm sitting in my home and Anuruddha is sitting in front Mumbai. How do I share the file? Through mail, but my file size is 5 GB. Can I send a mail with 5 GB attachment? No. Hey, I can place the file in my SharePoint and then send a mail to Aniruddha saying that, hey, Aniruddha, you can, a latest file has been placed in the file in the SharePoint folder. You can download it when you want it. So, so initially, Anuradha has requested through a Power Apps form where you can fill his details and which machine you want to have it, and it's what is your cost center, and what is your machine name, and what is your manager name who gets approval. All the things has been filled over here. The information has been stored in the SharePoint. Right now, this data will be processed by using Power Automate. Power Automate is a RPA tool, robotic process automation tool. Now, you this automation tool, RPA tool, get the data from the Excel, like SharePoint portal, and then this information will be sent to an email to his manager. So here, your information will be converted into an email format. Here we use SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, that will be sent to your manager. If the robot fails, your automation fails, then again you have to request it. For example, you haven't provided the complete information to process your request. See here. Here, Aniruddha forgot his provide to his machine name. Without providing the machine name, being a technical guy, being a support guy, how do I understand where should I install the software? Hey, install the software. Where should I install the software? And which machine? So, if you provide the incomplete information, your automation will send a mail to the requested user. Hey, Aniruddha, you haven't provided the complete information. The information that you provided is incomplete. Please fill the total details and then send it to me. Okay, now that is no case. Fortunately, Aniruddha has provided everything. That mail will be sent to your manager for approvals. Once I approve, once I approve, that will be processed by the support team and then sent a mail to your user saying that, hey, your mail has been, your request has been approved, and your information, your software will be installed on your local machines in another 10 minutes. So here, sir, this is the user is interacting with the front end applications, and at back end you can use any other application. At back end you can use any other application, or else a file system, or else a SharePoint portals, and this data will be processed by any other application, right? Your RPA tool, right? Are you clear on the entire flow? Are you clear on this flow? Are you clear on this flow? If you have any questions,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
happy to repeat it once again, guys. Please, let's make it more interactive. I'm fine to repeat it once again.
Yes, sir, it's very clear. But
Right.
for sake of a better understanding, just a small brief, please.
Uh-huh. Brief. Okay, fine then. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what. You can ask me. I'm happy to repeat it once again. Anuruddha knows me very well. And then we have Prashant as well. I think he is also from my previous batch. I think he is not
Yes,
aware.
sir.
Yeah,
I'm from
right.
Power BI and MSB, both batch.
Okay, very nice. Hey, Syed Abdul, you
Yes,
joined.
sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. So he is also my MSBI attendee. Right. Okay. Fine, sir. I'm trying to explain it now. iPad. Right. See, sir, being a user who is interacting with the application to fill his details, valid data, and then submit your request. The total application has been designed on application your Power Apps forms. This application data will be storing into your SharePoint. In this example, I consider as a SharePoint, or else you can consider it as a Dataverse, because Dataverse is also a persistent storage area. We call it as an RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Whatever the data that you have inserted, submitted to here, that data will be converted into your email format. HTML email format. You and that activity will be takes care by Power Automate. Power Automate is an RPA tool. Power Automate is an RPA tool to repeat the to automate the business process, business repetitive processes which you have been doing manually, right? Now email has been converted, like raw data, plain text data has been converted into a table mail format. Now, if you haven't provided the right data, your request will be again sent to the business users. Hey, your request has been rejected, right? Because due to invalid data submitted, please resubmit a new request with all the data, with all mandated data to proceed further, right? For example, a user has provided the data, sufficient data which is required for me to approve. Now I can approve it. Your manager will be approved it. If it is approved, then it goes to the specific department, and then again, now he once he does that, like once he see send a mail to the user for the rejection. See, he approved it, but it doesn't mean that your money will be created into your account. For example, we have Conquer application where you can claim your insurances, or else, for example, you went out for a team lunch. Now you want to claim it. Where do you claim it? Conquer application. CONC, you are Conquer, right? Of course, it varies from company to company. When you apply in Concur for a claim process, right? Your manager has been approved, but your finance department has been rejected. You will be getting a mail to the business, like your requester, saying that, hey, your mail has been rejected. See, email will be sent for manager for approval. Again, it's a repetitive process. Emma, are we good now? I
Yes, sir.
tried.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. I still can't see all the email IDs, Sandy. So I can see only few things, old MSB and Power BI. So what is this, sir? Oh, you are my MSB and Power BI. Okay, fine. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, right. So this is where exactly all five tools will come into the picture. Yeah, right. Sir, how do we act, since we are going to predominantly discuss, right, power apps, where I'm going to focus on that particular area because that is our spotlight, right? Sir, what are the different components available in power apps? Before that, how do we launch the power app, man? URL to access and get start creating power apps, sorry. So it should come to here, right? Oh, that's the reason. Fine, that's fine. Yeah. Power Apps, right? So now make.powerapps.com. That is the URL basically. It's already opened at my end. It's already opened at my end. So I just completed my previous batch. So that's the reason it's already open now. See, this is our Power Apps application. I'm going to remove it. Make.powerapps.com. Yeah, leave it. Make.powerapps.com. That is the URL to launch this Power Apps application. Okay. You can ask me a question. Hey Balaji, where do we design these applications using Power Apps? This is the application. This is the cloud-based application where you can create the apps basically. These are all the different ones we created for my previous batches. Okay, right. So you can create your own applications. Yeah, create a blank Dataverse or else a SharePoint. So once you create the app, so there must be some data, right? What do you do without having the data? What do you do with a blank app without having the data, right? So you can connect it to data apps and Dataverse or SharePoint or Excel or SQL, or else you can get the data from the image, or else you can get the data from Figma. Figma is one of the UI kit, and so we can connect it to any of these applications again, right? So now apps, so start with the data, right? Or else you can start with the new apps. You can go ahead with the blank apps, right? So we have different types of apps now. We have different types of apps now, right? We have different types of apps. Now see, we have three types of apps, right? Three types of apps. Number one, Canvas app, which we use it very, very much frequently, right? Let me go back to our material. Now see, we have discussed this one, right? Next one. Types of apps supported by the Power Apps. In Power Apps, we can create three types of applications. You need some environment, right? Well, that's where exactly three options will comes into the picture. So using Power Apps, we will be in a position to create three types of applications. Number one, Canvas application, model-driven application, and portal applications. But how do we differentiate these two? When do we go with the Canvas and the model and portal applications? Right? So we'll be going through that when we discuss with the things in usual cases, right? When we start with the actual scenario, maybe from next, there is no demo for this one, right? But if for as per institute, it's a demo. As per mine, it's not demo, it's a continuation session, right? Yes. So now the conclusion is with the help of Power App, we can build personalized business apps very quickly without depending on IT professionals and programmers. And that's what business analysts, right? Marketing people, non-technical guys can prepare their own business applications very quickly without having a technical knowledge, without having a technical capabilities. So how do we get that? Users can subscribe to Microsoft Power Apps in Office 365. You can ask me a question. Hey Balaji, okay, as of now we discussed some knowledge. Fine. But how do we get that? Is it free or else do we need to pay any license? If you go with the Azure, you need to go with the subscription and it requires no, it requires it requires it requires it requires it requires lot of you know Power Apps. Sorry, Azure requires what you call this credit card. But Power App, though it's a cloud application, it doesn't require any no credit card or else nothing. We have 30 days subscription free. And later point of time, anyhow, we have so many thoughts in our mind. We can change our email ID and then go with the new subscription. So initially, you have to go with Office 365, right? Or else Dynamic 365 to have these Microsoft apps in your local machine. Okay. Or else, if you don't want to go with any of these two things, you can directly go ahead with make.powerapps.com and we will be sharing credentials from Institute, right? And then you can directly log into that or as an independent product. Do you have any questions on the license part? Do you have any questions on the license part?
No, sir.
Okay. Next one. Advantages of using Power Apps. As we already discussed, just to overview only, right? Easy to create applications using Power Apps. Connect to various different applications, Andy. Right, right. I'll try to create a blank application, right? See, blank canvas application, blank canvas application, right? Now, see, you are trying to create an application that works on a tablet or a phone, right? Canvas application is very specific to tab device applications. Hope you are clear on this point. Canvas applications are very specific to device applications. It's a tablet. Now you will be having the total environment. I'm using Vinay Tech House credentials. Now, UiPath App Studio. App Studio is a place where you can create and design the applications. And this is the place where we can run it. You can save to drive, like, save to your Azure cloud, and you can publish it to cloud as well. These three. Now, skip it. See that, sir? Add an item from the insert pane. Add an item from the insert pane. Insert pane, you have these many icons. We will be going through all these things and also connect to data. Yes, we have so many connectors. Have you ever seen this icon in Power BI? Have you ever seen this icon in Power BI? Get data, add data. We have these many options. AI models, connectors. AI model is nothing but virtual agent to build and publish custom AI models, what we call it as, right? Models, tables, AI models, and other connectors. We have so many connectors available over here. We have so many connectors available over here. Come on, why are you not responding? See, we have so many connectors. All tables. Tables means the data should be in a tabular format, right? Whether it can be Excel or something. If you are not so clear on this one, you can search for the existing one. We have more than 60 built-in data sources we have. So Power Apps application can connect to more than 60 different devices. No, not devices, storages, data storages. That can be a file system, or else a database, or else a model as well, AI models as well. In my organization, we call it as MRM, Model Review Management, who reviews the models designed by AI. Right. So are we clear on this point, Andy? We can apply
Yes, sir.
all these background colors, themes, new screens. We can insert any of the controls, text box, edit form, text box, rectangle, data picker, and then input text boxes, buttons. All these things will be discussed during our sessions. Emma, are we good? Hey guys, am I going fast? Am I going fast?
No, sir. We can take the
No.
notes.
Yeah, right, right. If I go slow, you feel definitely feel sleepy, and that's the reason I maintain some consistency. If you feel that I'm going faster, because this is my 13th year in teaching field, and I started teaching MSBI that was in the year of 2010. So if you feel that I'm going a bit faster, don't hesitate to stop me at any time, right? I'm happy to reduce my speed. Right, right. Right. So connect to various data sources like OneDrive, SharePoint, and then the Salesforce because it's a cloud again, right? Sir, the thing is, you can see a better shake hand between two cloud environments because Power Apps is also a cloud environment. OneDrive, Dynamics 365, Salesforce, right? These are all cloud environments. So once you go to the connection section and click new connection, then you see all the connectors will be available, right? Okay. Mobile apps ready. You can deploy your application to mobile as well. Okay. Low cost. It's very low cost. As we all know, all Microsoft products are very, very low cost. See, $10 per single plan, per single user. For applications, enterprise level applications, we go for $40 per month. That is for unlimited plan. It is like internet, right? Yeah, right. Microsoft Flow. Microsoft Flow is earlier old version. Now it is renamed as Power Automate. See, Microsoft Flow or Power Automate. Power Automate is an RPA tool. We already discussed that. Power Automate or Microsoft Flow, MS Flow. Sorry, right? Yeah. Sir, if I explain every point, it will be easy for you. It won't be any sudden surprise for you when you look at this document. Efficiency, sir, it is very, very efficient because we are not going to design huge and huge 20, 30 pages and it's you can easily design with limited number of pages for better and efficiency and for better performance. Yeah. And see, it is As it is a drag and drop interface, so via drag and drop, you can use many components and elements to create the apps. Yes, that's what we discussed. And you can easily integrate with Office 365. One of the most important feature where apps is fully integrated with Microsoft Flow, Power Apps and Office 365. These are easily making it easy to transfer the data to and from SharePoint, Excel, and then any other 365 applications. Right? Yes. Any questions, Amma? Any questions, Amma? Any questions, Amma? Right, guys. Right. When to use Power Apps? When to use Power Apps? As we already discussed, sir. When the see Power App supports multiple operations like workflow, data automation, visualization, reporting, and collaboration. Hey, did we discuss at this point? I think we need to discuss this. Yes or no? Did we discuss at this? Did we discuss at this?
Partially we have discussed, sir.
Sir, this is what it refers, Andy.
Yes, sir.
Yes. See that now? That's why I clearly mentioned workflow process, data automation, workflow. This is nothing but this one. Apps, workflow. Page 1 to page 2, page 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7. Data visualization, Power Apps. And then reporting for data visualization and reporting this one. And then the collaboration with other business applications, Dataverse and like Data Automate. It can connect with a number of multiple business automations as well. So combinedly, we characterize a Power Automate. Sorry, Power Platform. Power Automate is different. Power Platform. Total platform is having all the things now. Below are few primary scenarios when the user can build and implement the Power Apps in their business applications. When do we go with these things then? Right? Yes. When the field executes, enter the data in a spreadsheet, and when you are out of the field in the case and users need to log into the details overall results in the site inspection. See that now, for example, we can't carry our laptop or desktop in all the places, right? So we design few applications and deploy them on a device. The device can be carried to anywhere and then enter the data. That will be synced to your Excel or else SharePoint or else database or else any dataverse. In that case, we go for Power Apps. Instead of having Android, iOS, or else some other things, we can directly go ahead and land this one. So that makes our life more easy. When you start working with a new client, there will be a diligence occurs by that time organizations would match several criteria and examine various databases. So, for example, you are into production support. Now you are a DBA. Now you need to check the health check of all the databases. You can design an application and then all your databases has been integrated with an application. You can check the health check. When there will be a time to create a model, standard documents like a contract, those can be automated based on many different metadata and criteria. Yes. So in the same way, we have different things and different things. We will be going through all these things and see that now business enterprise eager in creating a customized, easy to create Microsoft 360 systems that consists of users, reporting, Microsoft Flow, and workflows. That is what we discussed earlier. When an IT department support team need to track the data assets such as hardware components, software licenses, mobile devices, so where can we design application? So IT department support team will also be in a position to create their own report, their own applications to track the how many laptops has been issued, how many desktops has been issued, how many licenses, software licenses has been issued to specific team, and how many mobiles has been mobile devices has been issued to production support team to track the mails. All these things can be visualized and maintained in a apps called power apps. Many marketing tools, automation tools used when tracking details like a customer interaction and their responses. Sir, now around if you go back to 15 years back, people used to maintain all the details in book basically. The people used to maintain a pouch book. They maintain all the customer details, marketing guys. Now people started using their Excel. Now, you may lose the Excel application. When you lose the Excel, right? So you will be losing the data, which is really important. So you create an application, right? So that's the reason. When you go for ICICI bank account, people come to you along with the tab made to maintain all the data. They enter the data, things will be done. Your activities will be done online immediately. Guys, are we good, Amma?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Others, please. Others, please. Kishore, Mahesh, Pravalika, Redamai, Santosh, Sirisha, Srinivas Raju,
Yes, sir.
Prashant. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, ma. Good.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Right. Sir,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not saying good means if you don't have, it's not like a good ending, right? If you don't have any questions, it's not like good. Yeah, I'm considering it as like you are clear on the things. If not, please, your responsibility to get the things clarified. Right. Finally, where do you write the C sharp code, Andy? Where do you write the C sharp code? Visual Studio. Where do you write the SQL Server code?
SSMS, sir.
SSMS. Where do you write the Power BI code?
Power BI desktop.
Desktop, Power
Power
BI
BI
desktop.
desktop. But where? So what are these things as?
It's
What
it
we
is a
call them
spread,
as?
sir. Spread, sir.
Integrated
Integration.
development environments. Environments. Right? What is the idea for Power Apps then?
To design application.
Yes, that's what. What is that? Power App Studio. If you see that when I run this application, these are all the recording sessions, and right. When I go to here, for example, let's go with that. See, this is the Power Automation, Power BI, Admin, and other tools are available. This is part of our Microsoft 365, right? Okay, I'll go ahead with again new things now, right? Let leave the application. It opens Power App Studio is a place where we can design the reports and design the applications, not reports. Come on. Oh, it is all directly going ahead, going to that. Like, okay, let me open a new window. Make.powerapps.com. I don't know why it is looking for it. I already logged in over here. Already logged in. Okay, fine. I want to show you that. I want to show you that. Create. So okay, let's create a Canvas application. Demo one. Now you will see UiPath, sorry, Power App Studio. Yes, welcome to Power App Studio. Here are a few ways to start including an application from a blank canvas, from the forms or else from the gallery, from the forms or else from the gallery. Are we good, Amma? That is what I clearly mentioned over here. Power Apps is available as an application which works on Windows 9 and 10. Or else, if you go with the Power Apps like web application, you can go with this one, right? This is for device application and Power App Web is for web applications. As we already discussed, friends, Power Apps is helping us in creating two types of applications. One is web application or else a device application. When I say device, it can be a tablet or else a mobile application. Are we clear on this point? Are we clear on this point, guys?
Yes, sir. It is developing
Yes, sir.
Right.
mobile application.
So, yes, it can be any mobile only. It asks you what is the size of the mobile in inches. Right. So, from next session onwards, we are going to start the scenarios only. Scenario one and solution. You will be having the steps for every option, including screenshots. Okay. Right. So that is about the total end-to-end Power Apps demo only. Next, duration. Duration could be 40 hours for sure only. Next one. What is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite? Sir, there is nothing is required for this one. But only Power Apps doesn't work in the market only. Right? See, we have three tools and MSBI, Power BI. In MSBI, we have SSIS and SSRS. This is the best combo if you want to see yourself as a business intelligence developer, BI developer. For these two guys, the next upskill could be Power Apps, right? For better career and good salary. These three is the best combo now. Power Automate is not required at this
Excuse me,
point.
sir.
Yes, Amma?
Sir, I am taking MSBI, sir, but how about the Azure BI, sir? Azure BI is good, has a good share in the market, or MSBI?
Sir, sir, honestly, Azure BI is okay, sir, but we don't have much projects on Azure BI only.
No, when I am looking for a career, sir, market share is more for Azure BI or MSBI, sir?
No, no, your voice is not so clear, Abdul. Your voice is
Yes, sir.
breaking
The
here.
market share, sir, to get more job opportunities, MSBI is good or Azure BI, sir? Yes, sir.
Majorly, all Indian companies, Accenture,
Yes, sir.
see how many openings? Power BI with the Power Apps, 1 to
Yes, sir.
15 years.
Yes.
Accenture, right? TechM, these four are predominantly no, looking for that. See, C Sharp, SSIS, SQL, Azure BI, Power BI.
Yes.
For Airtable and Microsoft Power Apps. It is just 6 days ago. Power Apps developer. HCL, Bangalore. It's a hybrid model. Project manager, Power Apps developers. We have so many openings, and Genpact is very, very good company in terms of job security and good paymaster as well. It's very good. When you get an opportunity, don't leave it.
Yes.
Yeah, we have so many tools and we have so many things. Right. Hope I answered your question, my dear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Right. Yeah. So now duration is this one. And yeah, I have answered your question, Abdul. Yes. Fee, I'm not the right person to connect with. So Institute will take care of that. Right. Institute guys will be connecting with you all. And then you can provide your details. Now, timings, session timings or class timings. 8 a.m. When are we going to start? Tomorrow you will be having demo, second demo. And when are we going to start? Maybe from Wednesday onwards. Tomorrow means Monday only, not from tomorrow. right? From no, Wednesday onwards, we'll be having our actual session at and 1 hour session, and 1 hour, 8 to 9. I think 8 a.m. is peaceful for all of you guys, right? Any other questions, friends?
Sir, in this course, you're going to complete only Power Apps and Power Automate, or we can expect MSBI and Power BI also?
Not see my ideal all these three, Amma. MSBI, Power BI, and Power Apps and Dataverse as well. That's what. But here, since you people are going to join for Power Apps, as part of Power Apps, I'm going to explain Power Apps, Dataverse, and introduction to Power Automate as well. Introduction to Power Automate. Power BI is a different course altogether, my dear.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Right. So these three I'm going to explain. These two are in depth, and this is just an introduction because this is also one of the tool. Actually, there is an interconnection between these Power Apps and Power Automate. I'm going to explain it very predominantly so that you will understand where exactly Power Apps will comes into the picture. How do we integrate Power Apps with Power Automate? How do we integrate Power Apps with Power BI? I'm going to explain you that particular thing as well, because these are the things that we do on daily basis, Andy. So that wouldn't be an issue for me, right? So I'm going to stop the recording session, guys. So if you have any questions, I'm happy